Hello everyone, welcome to Pharmacy Lectures. Today we are going to discuss a GPAT 2019 MCQs from questions 700 to 125. So let's start. 100 hematocrit 65% to 70% if it is increased from 65% to 70%, then what it will indicate? Polycythemia, hemophilia, hypoxia or anemia. Here if the hematocrit value is increased from above 65% to around 70%, then it will indicate polycythemia condition. And polycythemia refers to an increase in the number of red blood cells in the body. The extra cells cause the blood to be thicker, and in this in turn increases the risk of other health issues such as blood clots. Which of the following cells are called scavenger cells? Mast cells, natural killer cells, macrophages or neutrophils. Here macrophages are called scavenger cells, and macrophages can ingest dead tissue and foreign cells. Macrophages form tentacles called pseudopods to surround an invader. Once inside the macrophage, the invader is walled off and then digested and destroyed by a bag of digestive chemicals or enzymes. 102. Which of the following is not the role of nitric oxide? Mediating microbicidal action of macrophages, serving as a neurotransmitter in the CNS, inducing platelet aggregation, or relaxing vascular smooth muscle. Here one among these four options is not the role of nitric oxide. And clearly look at point number 3. It has stated that inducing platelet aggregation, but actually the role of nitric oxide is to inhibit platelet aggregation. So option number 3 is our right answer here. And nitric oxide has shown to inhibit the platelet addition, aggregation, and stimulate the disaggregation of preformed platelet aggregates. So that's why our option number 3 was correct here. Question number 103. Which is not true about calcitriol? It enhances reabsorption of calcium and phosphate from bone. It is active form of vitamin D3. It prevents tubular reabsorption of calcium and phosphate, or it enhances absorption of calcium and phosphate from intestine. So likewise, like in our question number 102, also look at here in question option number 3. Here it has written it prevents tubular reabsorption of calcium and phosphate. Actually calcitriol, it will not prevent, it will help. Okay, it will help in the tubular reabsorption. So it is written just opposite here. So that's why our option number 3 is right here. That's why our option number 3 is correct here, because actually the calcitriol, it will help the tubular reabsorption of calcium and phosphate from the kidney. These are written here. Role of calcitriol on kidneys. Calcitriol minimizes the excretion of calcium and phosphate by decreasing their excretion and enhancing absorption. Okay, enhancing reabsorption. Other roles are also written here. Role of calcitriol on intestine. Next, 104. Identify the false statement about benzodiazepine from the following. We have to identify which one is false. Benzodiazepine cause convulsions. Benzodiazepines are useful in insomnia. Benzodiazepines produce muscle relaxation and loss of motor coordination. Or benzodiazepines cause reduction of anxiety. Here look at option 1. Benzodiazepine cause convulsions. Actually benzodiazepine can cause convulsions, but it will cause convulsion only in withdrawal effect. If you are using benzodiazepine and you stop using benzodiazepines, then it can cause convulsion. While taking benzodiazepines, convulsions, it cannot happen. So option number 1 is correct here for us. Here also written same thing. If we stop using benzodiazepines, then it will cause convulsion. So this statement, it is not 100% right and not 100% false. 105. Which of the following is 5-alpha reductase inhibitor? Finasteride, gliclazide, sildenafil, or polythiazide? Here our right answer is I think finasteride. Let's see. Yes. Finasteride is a 5-alpha reductase inhibitor, and it is used in the treatment of enlarged prostate and scalp hair loss. 106. Which of the following is not a cardioselective beta blocker? Cardioselective means in our heart there are mainly beta 1 receptor. Okay, in other parts, in blood vessels there are beta 2, in adipose tissue there are beta 3. So we have to choose one drug which is beta 1 selective: bisoprolol, S-butolol, pindolol, or nebivolol. Here pindolol is not beta selective, it is a non-selective beta blocker. Okay, since pindolol is a non-selective beta blocker and all other are beta 1 selective blockers, so that's why pindolol is our correct answer here. Okay, let's see next. 107. Cardiac output is volume of blood ejected by the auricles per beat, volume of the blood ejected by the left ventricle per beat, volume of blood ejected by the auricle per minute, or volume of blood ejected by the left ventricle per minute. Actually, cardiac output is volume of blood ejected by the left ventricle per minute. Okay, and here's you look at your formula of cardiac output. Here it has written stroke volume into heart rate. Stroke volume means volume of blood pumped by each ventricle per minute, per beat or per stroke, which is 70 ml per beat, and heart rate generally it is 70 beats per minute. If you multiply 70 ml per beat and 70 beats per minute, beats it will get cancelled out and you will get 4900 ml per minute. That value will come. So actually it is volume into heart rate and it is per minute. So our right answer will be volume of the blood ejected by the left ventricle per minute, which is around approximately 5 liter. Which of the following anticonvulsant have both inhibition of excitatory glutaminergic synapse and facilitation of GABA mediated chloride ion channel opening action? Let's see here: ethosuximide, phenytoin, topiramate, or valproate. Here only valproic acid has both the mechanism of action, means to inhibit excitatory glutaminergic synapse and also to enhance the potency of GABA. So valproic acid or valproate is a right answer in here. You can read further in here by pausing the video. Match the following liver abnormalities with consequences. Here are A, B, C, D: steatosis, cholestasis, hepatitis, and fibrosis. And here are the options: MNOP, raised bilirubin level, a slight rise in serum transaminase level, accumulation of fat droplets within liver cells, or elevated liver function test. So we have to identify which either A, B, C, D matches with MNOP. Which one we have to identify? And here A, steatosis means it related to fat. Okay, accumulation of fat droplet within liver cell. Cholestasis means raised bilirubin level, and hepatitis means there are elevated liver enzymes in the blood, and fibrosis it is related to elevated level of serum ALT or serum transaminase level. 110. Characteristic microscopic features observed in Alzheimer's disease is: depigmentation of substantia nigra, demyelination of neurons in spinal cord, presence of neuritic plaques containing a beta amyloid, or epidural hemorrhagic patches. Here the right answer is 3, presence of neuritic plaques containing a beta amyloid. You can look at the picture in here. Here it is shown, the plaques are shown here. 111. Numerous isomers of human liver P450 enzymes have been identified. Here it is stating that it is not worthy that some P450 enzyme alone is responsible for the metabolism of over 50% of prescription drugs metabolized by liver. So we have to identify which enzyme, which family of enzyme, okay, is alone responsible for metabolism of over 50% of prescription drugs. It is CYP2B6, CYP3A4, CYP1A2 or CYP1A11. The right answer is CYP3A4. Here CYP3A4 is responsible for the metabolism of more than 50% of medicines. And other point are also given here. It is absent in newborns but reaches adult level at around 1 year of age. The liver and small intestine have highest CYP3A4 activity, and women have higher CYP3A4 activity than men. 112. Testing of chemicals by OECD guideline number 420 refers to which of the following? Repeated dose 28-day toxicity study in rodents, or acute oral toxicity by acute oral toxic class method, or acute oral toxicity by fixed dose procedure, or acute oral toxicity by up and down procedure. Our right answer here is option number 3, acute oral toxicity by fixed dose procedure. And I have given the screenshot here. You can clearly look, it has stated here in 420, acute oral toxicity fixed dose procedure. 113. Which of the following directly inhibits factor 10A? You have to identify the drug. Vivalirudin, warfarin, rivaroxaban or dabigatran. Here our right answer is option number 3, rivaroxaban. And the another drug, option number 4, which it was, you can see here, dabigatran. It is a direct inhibitor of factor 2A, and the other drugs which are direct inhibitor of factor 10A are, you can read here, and these are other drugs. 114. What is anaplasia? Increase in size of cell, lack of growth of cells, morphological and functional resemblance to normal cell, or morphological and functional alterations that are different from normal cells. Here our right answer is option number 4. Anaplasia means the cell is not able to mature. It has not attained its maturity, and it has lost its unique characteristic. That's what the anaplasia means. 115. Which of the following is true in case of excessive use of diuretics? Hypovolemic shock, neurogenic shock, cardiogenic shock, or hypervolemic shock? You can easily assume its right answer. It is hypovolemic shock. If you give a higher amount of diuretic to a patient, then there will be loss of salt in water, and if there is a very significant loss of salt in water, then it will reduce the blood volume, and a reduction in blood volume can result in hypovolemic shock. 116. Several different chemicals released by microbes and inflamed tissues attract phagocytes. This phenomenon is called as integrins, immigration, phagocytosis, or chemotaxis. Here this phenomenon is called as I think chemotaxis. Let's see. Okay, chemotaxis. And in case this chemotaxis, the stimuli, it can be toxins produced by microbes or kinins. It can also provide stimuli for chemotaxis. 117. The antiemetic activity of glycopyrronium, or simply you can call it glycopyrrolate. Glycopyrronium is the ion of glycopyrrolate. Okay, is related to potent inhibition of which receptor? Peripherally and centrally. Histaminic receptor, or serotonin receptor, or muscarinic receptor, or dopamine receptor. You have to identify. Here the glycopyrrolate, it is a anticholinergic drug. Okay, it is antiemetic, so you can assume antiemetic drug, and it is antimuscarinic. It acts on muscarinic receptor. 118. Identify the drug which is not useful in the treatment of tuberculosis. gentamicin, pyrazinamide, streptomycin, or ciprofloxacin? Here simply we can assume right answer gentamicin if we have studied classification of tuberculosis, anti-tubercular drug. And here are other drugs you can read here. There are various drugs, first line, second line. The term aneurysm refers to abnormal connections in blood vessels, abnormal growth of neurons near blood vessels, permanent abnormal dilation of blood vessels, or permanent blockade of blood vessels. Here our answer is permanent abnormal dilation of blood vessels, and this occurs because of weakening of the artery wall. Okay, because of weakening of the artery wall, it will create a bulge or a distension of the artery. So due to this reason, there can be permanent abnormal dilation of blood vessel. 120. Following are the facts regarding clinical applications of muscarinic receptor blocking drugs. You have to identify the false statement. 1. Used in the treatment of Parkinson's disease is often an exercise in polypharmacy since no single agent is fully active. Okay, I will not read all these. I will just go to the right answer. Here our right answer is option number 2, which I have written. Marked reflex vagal discharge may stimulate sinoatrial or atrioventricular node to improve cardiac output. So if you have a muscarinic receptor blocking drugs, means anticholinergic drug, okay, anticholinergic drug, they will always decrease the cardiac output, they will not increase the cardiac output. And here in option number 2 it has written it will improve the cardiac output. So this option is false option. Muscarinic receptor blocking agent, anticholinergic agent, they will always decrease the cardiac output, you must remember in simple. So our option number 2 is correct in here. And also it is written that atropine it can cause tachycardia, but it will not cause increase in cardiac output, it will reduce the cardiac output. Disturbances of estrogen progesterone balance could cause a relative deficiency of something you have to identify, leading to disturbances in production of dopamine and serotonin. This contributes for emotional disturbances and depression. You have to identify the compound which will which, if that compound's production is inhibited, okay, if that compound's deficiency will cause less production of dopamine and serotonin. You have to identify the compound. It is tyrosine, cofactor A, enzyme decarboxylase, or pyridoxine phosphate. The disturbances of estrogen progesterone balance could cause a relative deficiency of pyridoxine phosphate, and this pyridoxine phosphate it has an impact on central production of both serotonin and GABA, which are responsible to control depression, pain perception, and anxiety. 122. Production of an abnormal IgG immunoglobulin in Graves' disease causes thyrotoxicosis, hypothyroidism, rheumatoid arthritis, or multinodular goiter. Here our right answer is thyrotoxicosis. Whenever you read Graves' disease, you have to assume that there is increase in production of thyroid hormone, and in thyrotoxicosis also there is increase in production of thyroid hormone. 123. Glucocorticoids have following effects except resistance to stress, lipolysis, protein breakdown and glucose formation, or stimulation of immune responses. Here glucocorticoids will cause these first three of the following. Resistance to stress, it will cause lipolysis, and it can also cause protein breakdown and glucose formation, but it will not stimulate the immune system. It will do something like deactivate the immune system. Glucocorticoids are part of the feedback mechanism in the immune system, which reduces the certain aspects of immune function. Okay, it will reduce the certain aspect of immune function. It will not improve the immune function. 124. What are sutures? Non-fibrous joints, cartilaginous joints, fibrous joints of the skull or synovial joints? Sutures are the fibrous joints of the skull found in the skull. Cranial suture it is called. The bones are bound together by sharp edge fibers. A teeny amount of movement is permitted at sutures, which contributes to the compliance and elasticity of the skull. These joints are seen arthroses. Last question of GPAD 2019. Select the ulcer protective drug from the following: sucralfate, metronidazole, misoprostol, or oxyphenonium. Our right answer is sucralfate, and here are various drugs you can and here are various the mechanism of action by which sucralfate can act. Through these multiple mechanism it can act as a ulcer protective. So thank you for watching. See you in next video.